is Bernardo Colcol, and my wife Karen Colcol. I uh, I am I am a retired U.S. Army veteran. I served 22 years, and me and my family came back home to California, where we call home, after I retired.
We moved more than most people did at that point.
Home ownership was a bit difficult for us for the last, I would say, 5 years. We had owned homes before. When we were in the state of Washington, we owned a home, and then once again here in California. But with the moving and all, my last move was in 2009. I lost my home because I couldn't sell my house, and it was devaluated below even 50% during the housing crisis.
My name is Oscar Cervantes. So I met Benny and Karen Colcol at a housing summit, and they had the opportunity to choose an agent to assist them, and they picked me. And I had the opportunity to sit down with them and talk to them about their situation and just hear them out.
When we retired in 2012, we moved back to California. At that point, or at that time, after being out of the military, financially you are almost a third of what you should be earning at that time. So with that money of retirement, it wouldn't be enough. At that time, it seems like no one seems to give a hand. Once you mention I'm a veteran, you go to different processes, but it's there's a void where, a week later, 2 weeks later, I don't see any improvement. So who can help me?
Before we met Oscar and VA rep, our experience was that a lot of people didn't understand veterans and how to do veteran loans.
In our industry, there's a large misconception about the VA loan, and there's not a lot of knowledge in how to serve the veteran. And because of that, a lot of agents and lenders tend to shy away from assisting them in the correct manner, and that's offering them their benefits.
My name is Ana Cervantes. I am currently a VA rep, a housing counselor. I think the reason why this product is not being promoted out there by all the lenders is the lack of knowledge.
I identified myself here. I am a veteran. I have used my VA benefits before. How can you help me so I could use that veteran benefit again? Is it possible? What is it that we need to do to get this moving for us?
They just said, you need this money, you need to have this much reserve, and this is the way it is. And until you get it, don't call us again. At that time, we've been living in our fifth wheel for already a year and a half. So there were 4 of us, and we had 4 small dogs and then 4 exotic birds.
After being stuck in that trailer for so many months, I think it was over a year that he was in there with his family and his dogs and his birds. So every time I met up with them, they were sure to tell me about how awful it was to be in that condition.
I think we got lucky at one time, and there was this little conference that was going on about education about the home ownership. And I saw this group. It's called VEREP. And I said, well, you know what? It doesn't hurt to call. And I did. I didn't realize that these guys were veterans just like me.
Myself, my spouse happens to be a veteran, so I took the extra step of knowing the product in detail.
The one thing that really struck me is on the first day, they made sure that I would be financially stable. So financial counseling, I believe, was the ticket for what we have today.
When Mr. and Mrs. Colcol came over and I spoke to them, right away I discovered that they've been pre-approved before, but none of the lenders that they talked to took the time to really advise them in how the VA loan works and what is the benefits and how this particular program could affect your entire financial situation.
So one of the things that I can say about Oscar helping us is that he was available to us, and for him to be available at the whim to say, hey, I want to look at this house. It just came up on the market. I need to go today.
The market that we're currently in, it's a very big challenge for buyers to get into the properties they'd like to get into. So we were really just out there pounding on the ground and trying to get into as many homes as possible, get as many offers as we could out there on the houses that they really liked. And it was a challenge, but we were out there quite a bit every week until we finally did get them into the home that they really liked.
Tediously, they work hard. I get a phone call here and there following up. Okay, these are what we need to do to get you to where you need to be qualified for.
After sitting with them, we implemented a 4-month plan, which allowed us to and allow them to find the right home at the right price. So,
and after I've done what was asked of me, and guess what? I was ready. We were ready. Home ownership is wonderful.
Home ownership to us is a freedom. It's about family. It's about friends. It's really, without home ownership, life is not so happy sometimes. And I think that with that home, it gives you security. It's wonderful.
It was amazing to be able to see him and his family just light up and be as happy as they possibly could. To see them happy in their new home, to see them be able to spread their wings, it was just a wonderful thing to experience to help them out with that.
Now we're growing. We're able to start looking for jobs and set roots. And when people ask us normally, what is your address? Now we have an address to actually give them.
Well, today we're really happy that there is organizations out there, the VA rep especially. They did a very good job on helping us. And I know in the future that there'll be more veterans who will be walking this way.
Education. If you don't have the education and the counseling, I think that you're lost. And with VA Rep, that's where we really won. That's what we're really grateful for. And I think that education for others would be really the best thing.